right before I hit start on the Zoom. So just thankful to the Most High for putting those things together, because as we know, the promises of restoration for the land that he had made and gave to our forefathers, there's promises that as we've been watching and praying, and we'll go through a whole class of just pointing out things going around in the world, and then sometimes we'll just point out one or two. um, but the total inverse of what him making the land plush is destroying the land. And we've talked about um, some of the plagues and things of that nature before, if you revisit some of the stuff on the old channels. But one of the ones that I would consider unique is the Most High keeps talking about the increase of snow and ice and hail. And you'll just see that if you remember what he's saying is going to happen, and how they're going to continue to interchange, all the plagues will continue to interchange and move back and forth. You will just start marking things down in your mind. And so this is one of them. I didn't cover up the prophecy, so it's just right there, right off the beginning. But here's a video from TikTok. I'm gonna let that play, and you can see the prophecy from 2nd Ezra chapter 15. It says, "They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail with fearful constellation." This is just one witness to the increase of hail and snow, and we know that Abraham, we know that Baruch also mentions this as well.
So you mean to tell me that this is not dirt, this is ice? And this also used to be a cornfield? In Union, Kentucky, 2 feet of hail dropped out of nowhere like a mini glacier storm. You ever seen your crop get covered in ice in the month of May?
This is not dirt, this is ice.
And here he goes stepping on it to show y'all the millions of pellets that this hail consists of.
This is our corn on top of 2 foot of ice.
Corn stalks are gone. The field is turned into a tundra. This literally looks like a scene in the movie The Day After Tomorrow.
Hail.
See, I always say the Creator has a sense of humor, because you don't just have ice working in the form of government where people are getting deported, but ice is coming from the heavens too. This is what they mean by hell on earth. Either you're gonna get cold as hell, which is the hell balls, or you're gonna get hot as hell, which is what the sun is doing. But nonetheless, hell is going to keep raining down.
2 foot deep ice and hail.
Interesting times that we live in, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Like, follow, and share for more videos like this. The shift is here. Let's get it. Peace in.
"They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail with fearful constellation." So the Most High is promising to restore the land for the people, but he's promising to destroy the land of the enemies who have come upon under his judgment. And this is one of the neighbor states, not too far from us, and they have experienced some great storms in the past couple days. And I just thought this was very unique, and it fits in, as the Most High says, these types of things we'll be seeing. So all praises for that. Did anyone have a comment or anything they've seen out there that's been going on? If not, no problem. We'll just keep watching and praying. We will keep seeing what the Most High is doing in the earth, as we know he has said that his judgment will go all over the earth. So all praises to the Most High. So we kind of already introduced this, as we did the Kathab, the seven promises of Yah. As we know, there's many more than 7. And he has told us that his word shall not come back void. And just wanted to just recall some of the things that he has said to us, and hopefully we can all rejoice in the things that he has said that he will do. The first one is one of our great staples that we love to recite, and it comes out of Second Chronicles chapter 7. And just a little bit of context, verse 11 says, "Thus Solomon finished the house of Yahweh and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of Yahweh, and in his own house he prosperously effected. And the Most High Yahweh appeared unto Solomon by night, and said unto him, I have heard thy prayer, and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek his face, and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from the heavens and forgive their sin and heal their land." So all praises to the Most High for that, giving us a way out, a way back to him, obviously through the blood of his son. And we shall be in captivity and turn from our wicked ways and come back to his covenant, and the Most High will save us out of our captivity. So we are still awakening and still coming back to the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our knowledge, praying for an increase in knowledge and wisdom to do his commandments properly. And we are waiting for the day that the Most High rescues us out of the hands of our enemies. Right. Jumping into some other ones which are kind of talking about the same thing that we mentioned before, that the Most High is going to start reversing the curses and putting the curses on our foes, but also bringing us blessings. You can find this in many places, but we'll cover just two here. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, it reads, "For you are the holy people unto Yahweh your Elohim. Yahweh your Elohim, or your power, have chosen you to be a special people unto himself, above all the people that sit upon the face of the earth. Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people, for you were the fewest of all people. But because Yahweh loved you, and because he would keepeth the oath which he has sworn unto your fathers." The Most High is committed. He's made promises before we was even born. And the Most High's commitment has allowed him that he won't break, and he will continue to keep this oath, which he has sworn unto your fathers. Have Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of the bondmen, from the hand of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. So he's given them the context to those at that time, in that generation, that they were bought from the hands of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. And we know today that we are currently in a house of bondage, being in America and all around, from the scattered slave trades that our nation has been a part of. Verse 9, "Know therefore that Yahweh your Elohim, he is the power, he is God, he is the Elohim, the faithful Elohim, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments." So now we see the conditions that we are to love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. "And the Most High will repay of them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hateth him. He will repay him to his face. You shall therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments, which I command thee this day to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken to these judgments and keep them and do them, that Yahweh your power shall keep unto you the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto your fathers. And he will love you, he will bless you, he will multiply you, he will bless the fruit of your womb and the fruit of your land, your corn and your wine, your oil, the increase of your kind, and the flocks of your sheep in the land which he swore unto your fathers to give." So he says he's going to increase our corn and our land, but we saw that the Most High just sent the quick little message over there in Kentucky as he destroyed a lot of their corn and a lot of their land. Verse 14, thou shalt be blessed above all people. There shall not be male nor female barren among you or among your cattle. And Yahweh shall take away all from you all sicknesses, and will put none of the evil diseases of Egypt which you knowest upon you, but will lay them upon all them that hate you. And you shall consume all the people which Yahweh your Elohim shall deliver you. Thine eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shall you serve their gods, for that will be a snare unto you. So the Most High is going to allow the nations to be taken into our hands. So the fight is not ours. The fight is already won. The fight is already over. We just got to wait on the signal, and the Most High will deliver our enemies over into our hands. Did anyone want to interrupt and have any comments about that? Just a,
Not.
go ahead.
I I will. I mean, just on in a sense of, I mean, just like you say, we Kentucky is literally maybe one or two states over from us, and this is blowing me away because I didn't have any idea that something like this was happening. And you said this is recent.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, we over here with nice, beautiful weather outside, and stuff like this is happening right next door. It's literally almost Psalm 91 if you want to look at it that way, seeing how all these things is happening. Because if your food supply get cut short, your life can potentially get cut short. So, but I agree with that.
yeah. There was also some real bad tornadoes and storms that came through, and I think like 30+ people passed away. And the Most High, he got. I just didn't put all that stuff in here, but he got prophecies where he says he controls the winds and all of those things as well. So yeah, we just got to be thankful that he has chosen to spare us, and those that he didn't, we just gotta uh, keep in mind as an example of things that the Most High can do. Is how I look at it. So I won't read this whole thing, but just starting at the top, just to give another witness to the things that the Most High has said that He will do, and for us to just remember them and keep them in our hearts and our minds. He says in Deuteronomy 30, it shall come to pass when all of these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and you shall call them to your mind among all the nations where the Most High, Yahweh Elohim, have driven thee. So when you're in America, when you're in Brazil, when you're in Barbados, when you're in all of the nations, London, England, Africa, all of the places that the Most High has sent you to, and you call these things to mind that the Most High has set before us, we shall return unto the Most High. And verse 2, you shall return unto Yahweh thy Elohim, and shall obey his voice, according to all that I command thee this day, you and your children, with all your heart and your napash or your soul. That then Yahweh your Elohim. So after we turn to the Most High and begin to keep the Most High's commandments, the Most High will turn our captivity and have compassion upon us, and return and gather us from the nations where the Most High has scattered us. If any of thine be driven out into the uttermost part of heaven, from there will the Most High Yahweh gather thee, from thence will the Most High fetch us. And Yahweh thy Elohim will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, and now you shall possess it, and will do thee good and multiply you above your fathers. Multiply you above your fathers. So though we have been a part of the two-thirds. The two-thirds have been, one part has been destroyed, one part has been sent off into captivity. Obviously, we're the ones that were from the captivity, and our numbers of our nation, um, the numbers of our nation, you know, are as the sands of the sea. We know that our numbers have been cut down because of being under punishment from the Most High. But though only a remnant shall be saved, the remnant just means the remainder. The remainder could be an insurmountable number. And one of the proof texts to that is that the fact that the Most High is saying, I'm going to multiply you above your fathers. So that remnant will be multiplied greatly from the Most High. Verse 6, and Yahweh your Elohim will circumcise your heart and the heart of your children or your seed to love Yahweh with all your heart and with all your soul, that you mayest live. So that's another witness that the Most High is the cause, and He will cause us to do these things, the ones that He has chosen. He will circumcise our heart and cause us to follow His ways properly. Verse 7, and Yahweh your Elohim will put all these curses upon your enemies and on them that hate you, which have persecuted you. So the Most High is reversing that curse, which we have spoken before, and He's going to put all of those things upon our enemies. And He goes on and continues to reaffirm that notion, and it's all throughout, and it's all so great, and it's all so good, but I won't belabor the point. The next, another promise that I wanted to mark in here is from 2 Samuel chapter 7. And this is a promise to King David, or Malat Dawad. And as we have seen from a lot of the great research from people like Brother Benaiah Israel, a lot of our people that have been sent into this captivity come from the line of King David, according to the research that was done. And we know that, a lot of the tribe of Judah was scattered. And, we don't know who, but we know that we have people that come from King David's line and the tribe of Judah as well. And the Most High made a promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob as far as reaffirming it. But He also came to David and told David some things. So we'll go over that. Tazabah, Abijah.
The water. This is the beauty and the power of textual criticism, because many a times you will hear people recite that the Most High word will not return to Him void. I believe it's Isaiah 55. But if you ask them, well, when did He multiply the Israelis above how King Solomon and them lived? Because right now, as we speak, those people have pretty much compromised to let foreigners have this piece of the land and that piece of the land, and the Gaza Strip is just a strip. So according to this prophecy, this is the Most High. This is not a man talking. The Most High says, I'm going to multiply you, the seed of Abraham, the physical seed of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob. I'm going to multiply you above what your fathers had. And to this day, those people have not had a greater temple than Solomon, greater shalom than Solomon. So how can you skip pages and say, well, Christ came and gave us a new way? Because that contradicts that not one of the Most High's words should return to Him void. So this is how we help people see that, hey, it's time to take a closer look. It's time to take a closer look at what this Bible is really saying. So all praise. With that, I yield. Great class.
That is a great comment. Definitely appreciative of it. And like you said, it just proves that these things have yet to be fulfilled, and that we are. It should give you some encouragement, some peace of mind, that you know that you are of the Most High, because you know that at the very least, you know that those people over there can't be, because they're not multiplied above their fathers, as Tazabah has stated. So just keep that in mind, family. You'll see a lot of people, say, oh, when they see an Israelite in sin, or an Israelite that doesn't know that they're Israelite, they say, oh, that's a part of the 2/3, but the thirds have already been separated. And just because a lot of our people are still yet to be cut off, we still will have a number that is immeasurable, a number as the sands of the sea. And just keep that in mind, as the Most High has promised that we just read in Deuteronomy. So all praise for that. So getting 2 Samuel chapter 7, starting at verse 5. So the word of the Most High came to Nathan, came to Nathan the prophet, and he says, "Go tell my servant Dawad, thus saith Yahweh, shall you build me a house for me to dwell in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I have brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even unto this day, but have walked in tent and in tabernacle, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle. In all the places wherein I have walked with the children of Yasharallah, spake I a word with any of the tribes of Yasharallah, whom I've commanded to feed my people, Yasharallah, saying, Why build ye not me a house of cedar? Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus saith Yahweh Tazabah, I took thee from the sheepcote and from following the sheep to be a ruler over my people, over Israel, Yasharallah. And I was with thee wherever so thou went, and have cut off all thine enemy out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, a great fame, a great representation, like unto the name of the great men that are in the Arataza, in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more, as before time. It's so much good stuff in here. This is just another witness to what Abijah just said. As the Most High will plant his people, he's going to do the planting of placing them in the land that he promised. But also, those people, once they're planted in that land, shall move no more. We know that the so-called people are moving all over the place. They've moved from one place to another, to another, to another. Many of them are in America, and it wouldn't make sense. Why would you be in America when the Most High is saying, "You shall dwell in the land that I promised to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Jacob"? So again, that's another witness to that. And also it says, "Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them anymore." So they shouldn't be experiencing any type of attacks or battles or anything of that nature if they were fulfilling these prophecies and these promises. Verse 11, and as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all your enemies, also Yahweh telleth thee that he will make you a house, and when your days be fulfilled, and you shall sleep with your fathers, I will set up your seed after you, which proceedeth out of your bowels. Proceedeth out of your bowels eliminates the prospect of a spiritual conversion, a spiritual Israel. Because he says this promise is to your seed after you, and then the Most High clarifies to give you a double down statement. He's giving you a double down statement. If that wasn't enough for you to understand that I'm going to set up your seed after you, then he says, which shall proceed out of you, out of your bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. Now we know that Solomon set up the temples and things of that nature, but the house that'll stand forever is when Yahushai is in place and in rulership. So all praise for that. And he says, I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men. The Most High chastens those who he loves, and with the stripes of the children of men. But my mercy shall not depart from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And your house and your kingdom shall be established forever before you. Your throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, according to this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. Before we move on from this point, did anyone want to comment on anything that was said about this prophecy, or anything about how we were saying that you can see that those people are not the people, as they don't fulfill certain things in these prophecies?
Shalak, yeah. Shalom, everybody. I just wanted to say, man, that I'm just able to get on probably about 15 minutes ago, man. And this second Samuel has definitely lit a fire in my heart, man. It's just something about hearing these prophecies and how they're all unfolding. It's just something about hearing the promises of the Most High. Um, it's just something about us repeating and repracticing these joints that it just uplifts my spirit and my soul, man. It just makes you want to continue to run on in this race, man, and to endure this thing, man. It just reminds you that everything that we have to endure, it will be worth it in the end. So this is just, it's beautiful, man. This stuff is beautiful. You bringing out all praises to the Most High.
All praises. Thank you for that. Um, Kaya says it just makes you want to say Halawa Yah, Halawa Yah, Halawa Yah, Halawa Yah. All praise to the Most High. Anyone else? All right, we got a few more. So there'll be plenty of time to comment. And some of these are different. They're not all on the same subject matter as we see now. This is a promise that the Most High says He's going to judge a land. Now, I love this one because I feel like this pertains to where we are at right now. I truly believe that in my mind and my heart, even though some people, will try to say that it's equated to what happened in the past. We know that the Most High, those who have been following me or this assembly, as far as how we kind of bring out different things, we know that the Most High repeats. Because once He sets the formula, He just repeats it over and over because He's perfect in all His ways. So I definitely believe this is something that can pertain to the times and states that we're in. And I mean, I could read this thing a gazillion times and never get tired of it. So all praises. This is Isaiah chapter 13. And he says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amoz did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, to the nobles. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger. Even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. So many nations gathered together. Yahweh Tazabah mustereth the host of the battle, meaning He gathers them together. They come from a far country, from the end of the Shemayim, from the end of the heaven. Even Yahweh and the weapons of His indignation. For what? To destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all the hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed at one another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. He shall destroy the sinners. He shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease. Proud to be an American. And will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man of the golden wedge of Ophir. If you read that out of the Septuagint, it says, those that are left behind shall be precious, like gold. So just keep that in mind. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of Yahweh Tazabah, the master or the Lord or Yahweh of armies, Yahweh of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. It shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one to his own land. So we've been mentioning that a few times when we speak about when or if this is the moment that we see people begin to flee back into their own land. Verse 15. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. Their children also shall be dashed in pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled, and their wives ravished. Verse 17. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes is modern day Iran. Behold, I will stir up Iran against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men into pieces, and they shall have no pity upon the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare the children. And Babylon, the glory of the kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make fold there. But the wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of doleful creatures, and owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. Wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, and her days shall not be prolonged. So that is Isaiah chapter 13, the burden of Babylon. Did anyone have any comments about the judgment that the Most High has said is going to come forth, starting with Tazabah Abijah?
Water. Yeah. So a few passages ago, you mentioned the word about spiritual Abraham, sons of Abraham, and that's one of the greatest, most egregious weapons of Satan, spiritualizing the text. So here we're reading about physical Babylon being finally destroyed, and all of us who are, Bereans, we know about that statue, the Babylonian statue. And just last week, I believe somebody, I don't know if it's somebody from our community or just another Israelite, they posted on Facebook that one of the major casinos or resorts in Las Vegas, they had the Babylonian statue outside their resort. So it's like even the heathens understand that this is a physical representation of Babylon. And now we're reading about physical Babylon being destroyed. So again, we're beating a dead horse. Where can we find this language at? This Bible is real. Like the post we post, the Bible is true. Just don't let a liar teach it to you. With that, I yield.
Con, I'm seeing that. Looks like it is. It started in 2019. Uh, and it is in Las Vegas. I believe it's near the Alexis Park Resort and Hotel, but let me see.
Can you pull it up? Can you share your screen?
Yeah, let's see.
If it's too much, don't worry about it.
Let's see. Maybe try to do this, and then reshare again, and then let me send this to laptop. All right. Whoa. Can y'all see the screen?
Con.
Yeah, so this is from 2019. Obviously, it's not, I haven't verified or double checked or anything. This is just on the spot, but it says the Great Daniel 2 statue unveiling in Las Vegas. And preparation. In preparation for our last Revelation seminar, my church rented a 20-foot blown up tall statue of Nebuchadnezzar. I decided to put it in my front yard, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
What?
so that's that. Yeah. I'm reading and learning on the fly too. It says it says people stopped and took selfies with it. This gave my family 2 weeks later. We had it up in front of the church for a Revelation seminar. Wow. So I guess these people put this statue in front of their church, but I think it says I'm trying to get the context. Let me see. This
But
month for 3 days.
for them to even be trying to erect a replica of that statue, it shows that our scrolls are the most valid scrolls on the planet. And I'm saying that with 100% bias. I haven't read the dead. I mean, I haven't read the coffin text. I haven't read none of these. But the fact that our scrolls are the most copycatted stories, it validates our scrolls are the most valid scrolls on the planet. But it just also lets you know these people know what they're doing is wicked. Or legalizing same-sex marriage is Babylonian. Legalizing pedophilia is These people know they're living in Babylonian times. That's why, like Apostle Paul wrote, "Thou art inexcusable, old man." You know this stuff is wicked. So when the Most High's fire come down, they have no excuse. And with that, I yield out.
It says, yeah, Kana. It says this right here, but don't let that overshadow the 2 exciting afternoon events of outreach every day in the consisting of a health expo and a Daniel 2 presentation. So I guess they're trying to say it's for a presentation, but it says it will be held at a 40 by 80-foot tent capable of seating 400 people in the middle of Alexis Park Resort with the unveiling of a 4-story Daniel 2 statue carved out of a tree trunk for this event. And when you go down here, I guess this is the statute. If y'all can see that. And it says it will be hauled over the road on a very special trailer to Las Vegas and set up with hydraulics. And then they just go on and yeah. So wow, yeah. And I don't know if it's anything else or anything more recent where they've resurrected or put one up somewhere. Um, but if I see it or research it and it comes up, I'll share it maybe in the group or something like that.
The water, I appreciate that.
No problem. So continuing with another one in Isaiah, family, another one in Isaiah. And if did anyone have anything else and want to cut y'all?
Con, I just wanted to land me back off what Abijah was talking about in regards to Isaiah 13. Babal, that's exactly why it got to be destroyed. Because for those, just to reiterate, Babal or Babylon means to confuse or confusion. So we know Abiyah isn't the Alahayim of confusion. So in order to get that cleared up, it's got to be destroyed. It all makes sense, man. All this stuff just being mixed in together into one land, and everybody, we say it all the time. Race has got to coexist with people who aren't racist, and pedophiles got to coexist with those people who are against pedophiles, and so on and so forth. It's confusion. It's confusion. You try to, realistically speaking, trying to raise children in this type of environment is I would imagine it's nearly impossible in 2025, especially how things are in now. So it's got to be close to the end, or at least that's what I'm praying it is. I yield.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We pray for mercy from the Most High. The Most High, um, you know, through Him and through His Son, anything is possible. But He's making it to the point where we can only count on Him and rely upon Him as we are surrounded by wickedness every single day. Um, Continuing on, Isaiah chapter 14. This is another one of our uh, staples, one that we recall very often, and just wanted to keep it going in the forefront, and especially since it comes following the destruction of Babylon from Isaiah 13. We know he didn't have any chapters; he was just writing, but you know, I appreciate the order that this flowed in, and it says, "For Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob. Babylon is destroyed, and Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, Yasharallah, and set them in their own land," like we talked about earlier. "And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and to the house of Israel, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of Yahweh for servants and for handmaids. And they and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in that day, Yahweh shall give you rest from your sorrow, from your jobs and paying all these bills, and from your fear, and from your hard bondage where you was made to serve. So the Most High, this is another witness to reversing the curses, reversing the course, and turning everything upside down, making it right side up, if that makes sense. And the Most High, you know, basically, like right now, we have people such as myself, such as all of you on the call, such as Abijah, who, does a job, and it may pay, decently or whatever the case may be. Some do, some don't. But ultimately, it's never enough dollar amount wise to equate for how we truly are supposed to live our life and what the Most High intended for us to do or to be, because you have to trade your time to get money, and trade the time that you spend with your family, spend with the Most High, spend with the earth to get to know how to till the land, to land, to understand the changes that's going on around us. We don't tap in with the nature like we're supposed to because of the construct that we have come up in. The Most High is going to reverse the course as He has made us trust fund babies, I would like to say. Um, and when it says servants and handmaids, it's not something to the nature of chattel slavery like our ancestors had to go through. It's just that you are now in charge and you have people who do jobs for you. They might till your field. They might till your land. They might build your house, which the Most High actually has a promise that says that. There's some promises that, or some stories that we could recall, testimony. I can't think of it off the top of my head, so forgive me as this is on the spot. But a lot of times when you saw King David building things, he was calling the Gentiles to build it for him. If someone does know the precept or a precept, you could put it in the comments. But so it's just something. It's a reverse of the order of things, to where, like I said, you will no longer be going to a job and clocking in and things like that. Um, and you know, we'll have servants and handmaids that uh, till our lands, build our buildings, build homes, and do jobs. And they also gain part of whichever tribe that they're in, not to replace the tribe, but that'll be their settlement where they reside. Tazabak.
Thawada, I'm just pregnant with so much, man. I'm just pregnant. But even the word how you was reading about the kingdom, and we've been hearing so much about. Even one of my high school friends, good brother, posted that he's looking forward to continuing to build God's kingdom. And it took all my restraint not to post like, what kingdom of God are you a part of? Because they don't understand. When people truly understand what this text is all about, what this Bible is really saying, they're going to be heartbroken, because a kingdom come with rulership. And just like you was reading about Yashar Allah, us being restored to our rightful rulership, we've been taught to be happy to be equal. First of all, let's beg them to treat us equal. Beg, we're begging peasants to treat a king equal to a peasant. You know how backwards that looked to heaven? A king is begging a peasant to treat me as a peasant. So this text is FUBU, for us, by us. And a lot of people, good people, your family, my family, my elders, your elders, a lot of good people are going to be heartbroken and cast in outer darkness, because this revelation is not for them. And like Sister Joyce praise report testimony, I'm I'm forever grateful that despite all my shortcomings, he saw fit to open my eyes to the truth. And even being around my family this past weekend, I was even more grateful, because these are truly good people. My brother, his wife, truly good people. And my brother had a big old gold cross on his neck. I mean, it just swallowed my menorah. You couldn't even see my little menorah. And I'm like, in their mind, that's holiness. I got a big old gold cross on. And I know in his mind he means well, just like your family means well. But if they ever come into the truth of this text, it's going to shake them to their core. A kingdom has rulership. It has a caste system. And just like you was mentioning about our servants are not slaves like we were, you can go back to Leviticus when Moshe or Moses was setting up the order under the Most High's commandment. The Most High told Moses, you are not to rule over your brothers and sisters. Your brothers and sisters are not to serve you, but these servants that you brought out of Egypt, these strangers who did obey, these strangers who did believe in me, These strangers who did see my mighty works and glorified me, they are to be your servants. This text is FUBU for us, by us, and I don't care who don't see it. I'm marching full steam ahead. Me and my house, we're gonna serve Yahweh. And I yield.
Call your dollar Yahweh for that. And just a witness to what you said about us being over here. Ecclesiasticus or Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and 7 says, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. So, the imagery of that could be like when you see the cops riding on horses, and then you got, a chain gang of Israelites or something of that nature. But the order, like we said, has been reversed. So the servants are upon the horses, and the princes are walking as a servant, like a servant, though they are not to be one, like a servant upon the earth. So that's a witness to what you were saying. And then Nariah says in the chat, David in First Chronicles chapter 22 and verse 1, then Dawes said, this is the house of Yahweh Elohim, and this is the altar of the burnt offering to Yashar Allah. And David commanded to gather together the strangers that were in the land of Israel, and he set masons to hew wrought stones to build the house of God. And that's just a witness to what we were saying, that these servants and handmaids, you see an example of it now. Half the time when you call someone to come do something, if you do have a home, some of our people who have homes here, they come and build things, fix your shower, do your plumbing, and all kinds of things. Obviously, we do have some of our brothers and sisters who do that, but there's a great number of them who already do jobs of that nature, and we've seen it throughout all of our history that the Most High is just the order that He set. This is just the way that He has made it to be. So all praises for that, man, and thank you guys for the witnesses. Go ahead, Op.
Just to add some levity to the class, and because I'm in soldier mode, I'm in war mode. I'm not looking back, I'm not looking to the side. I'm just marching ahead. But it reminds me of it reminds me on that scene of Coming to America with Eddie Murphy, and James Earl Jones is the king, and he finally came to America to check on him. And he says, they showed him the photo of Hakeem working, and he says, "My son works." that's that's how the Most High is looking at us. Like, my son's down here working. Like, I ain't called y'all to be no workers. You know what I mean? Like, y'all supposed to be the one providing work. So, all praises. Our time is coming. Our time is coming.
And it just sparked in my mind when you said that. The original order that the Most High set, He didn't even want Adam to till the ground. It was only until sin came in that He was to till the ground in the manner that He had to do, and that people did from there forth. And it just makes sense that the Most High's original plan is just for His people to serve Him, and He just loves you. It's an insurmountable amount of love that the Most High just wants you to be, for lack of a better word, spoiled, as we would call it. Just a term that we can understand. Being growing up the way that we have grown up, the Most High loves us so much that it's beneath you to do certain things. And that might be hard for us to grasp, but that's just the order that the Most High has set. And that's not our words, that's from Him. He wants everything to be smooth for us and easy for us. And it's just how He wants it. So I pray that we get in line and lockstep with Him, that we may receive all of the benefits that He would like for us to have. So all praises for that. And last comment about that part too, it just makes so much sense, because technically, if you're supposed to be fruitful and multiply and have families and take care of your children and teach your children about the Most High, like, women should not be, no disrespect, women shouldn't have careers that take them away from their homes and their families, and men have to drive trucks that take them across the country and spend hours upon hours and days away from their like, that's no way to really live. We're just so used to it, and this the society that we've grown up in, that's what we're used to. But I don't believe that that's the way that the Most High want us to be. So one of our favorites, man, I read this thing so often, but it's one of our favorites. It goes right along with what we were saying earlier about the land, and about Nariah had a dream that things just started growing from desolate places and things of that nature. This is Isaiah chapter 35, and then there's like two more or three. It says, the wilderness and the solitary place shall be glad for them, and the desert shall rejoice and blossom as the rose. It shall blossom abundantly and rejoice, even with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given unto it, and the excellency of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of Yahweh and the excellency of our Elohim. Strengthen your hands, strengthen ye the weak hands, and confirm the feeble knees. Say to them that are fearful of heart, be strong, fear not. Behold, your power, your God, will come with vengeance, even the Most High with a recompense. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf shall be unstopped. Then shall the lame man leap as an hart, and the tongue of the dumb shall sing. For in the wilderness shall waters break out, and streams in the desert. And the parched ground shall become a pool, and the thirsty land springs of water. In the habitation of dragons, where each lay, shall be grass with reeds and rushes. And a highway shall be there, and a way, and they shall call it the way of holiness. The way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it. But it shall be for those, the wayfaring men. Those fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransomed of Yahweh shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads, and they shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away. And Ibajah put in the chat 65 of Isaiah and 24 says, it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. So the Most High will know what we want and need before we can even ask him for it. So all praises to the Most High for his greatness, his goodness. These things can't be rehearsed enough. The Most High is saying that he's going to redeem those that were the ransomed of the Most High. The Most High is going to return us with songs and everlasting joy. And it's just amazing to see all of our people waking up and making songs of praise to the Most High. And you can just see, when you think about our people, we see how much music, song, dance, and praise is tied to our people. And just when you think about all the times you see these things in the Bible, like what, we're going to go back in a party style fashion. We're going to be so happy. We're going to be jumping for joy. We're going to be obviously tears of joy as well. But our people gonna bust out in a song quick, or bust out in a freestyle quick, bust out in a chant or something. So that should be another witness that we're the Most High's people, because we're associated with those types of things. All right, so he said the first thing we did at the first Exodus. Exactly. Exactly. Whether we bring in judgment, whether we bring in or we leave in a place with joy, when we go into captivity, they want us to sing, they want us to dance, they want us to do all of these things. And if we judge a nation, we might march around your city 7 times and say a chant of the Most High, or we might blow the trumpet and make y'all start fighting each other like we read in Gideon. You just never know the power of the Most High when He puts His Spirit on His people, Nariah.
I just wanted to bring out a witness in regards to just giving you a glimpse of what it was like to be a workman uh, for us when we are in a stable state of righteousness for the most part. I'm just going to read a couple verses out of First Kings chapter 5. And I would read the whole chapter just so you can get a better idea, but I'm just going to read maybe 2 or 3 verses. This is verse 1 of First Kings chapter 5 out of the KJV. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent his servants unto Solomon, for he had heard that they had anointed him king in the room of his father, for Hiram was ever a lover of the wad. And I'm going to go down to verse 8. It says, and Hiram sent to Solomon, saying, I've considered the things which you sent to me for, and I will do all your desire concerning timber of cedar and concerning timber of fir. My servant shall bring them down from Lebanon unto the sea, and I will convey them by sea in floats unto the place that you shall appoint me, and will cause them to be discharged there. And you shall receive them, and you shall accomplish my desire in giving food for my household. Verse 14 is what always blows me away, and it just shows you if the world lived more like this, people would be refreshed and rejuvenated, and wouldn't their bodies wouldn't be so worn down from the labor. But verse 14, and I'll go 13. And King Solomon raised a levy out of all Yasharallah, and the levy was 30,000 men, and he sent them to Lebanon, 10,000 a month by course. A month they were in Lebanon, and 2 months at home, and Adoniram was over the levy. So imagine working for 1 month diligently, doing what you got to do, and then having 2 months to be able, for one, to be compensated enough to where you can go home for 2 months and be refreshed, restored, rejuvenated, take care of things at home that you got to take care of. And then when your course comes back around after 2 months, you go back until the work has been accomplished. This is just hearing this, thinking to myself, man, like we all praise to the most high, we at least get, some of us get 2 days a week off to be able to refresh and restore ourselves. But man, even in this right here, it's definitely just a different time. And I look forward to the days where Yasha Allah is in right standing with Abiyah again, to where, just like the precept says, when the righteous rule are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. But I just wanted to bring that witness out, but I yield.
We appreciate it, man. Just giving different perspectives, different trying to show a difference on how things moved then and now, and even then, we know um, our people were constantly, acting up. When we really get really right, you know, we won't even have any gates or walls. And he said the reason for that is so that the kings will bring all of their goods to us. We ain't even gonna have to go off anywhere. Everybody's gonna be bringing everything to us hand and foot according to the Most High. So all praises to the Most High for all of His promises and all of the testimonies that He has left behind, that we have seen different examples of, such as the one that I just brought out. All right, family. Going into Daniel 7, just going to skip down to the part about the kingdom that's to come. Previously, he's mentioning all of the previous kingdoms and the beast and the imagery of that. And now he's going to talk about a night vision that he had and give the interpretation of it. And verse 13, he says, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like unto the Son of Man came in the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion or rulership, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. I came near unto one of them that stood by, and asked him the truth of all of this. So he told me and made me know the interpretation of the things. These great beasts, which are four kings which shall arise out of the earth. But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever and ever, forever, even forever and ever. Then I would know the truth of the fourth beast, which is diverse from all the others, exceeding and dreadful, whose teeth were of iron, and his nails of brass, which devoured, brake in pieces, and stamped the residue of his feet. And of the 10 horns that were in his head, and of the other which came up, before whom 3 fell, even of that horn that had eyes, and a mouth that spake great things, whose look was more stout than his fellows, I beheld the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. Then he said, this fourth beast, which shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be different from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings which shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, which we have seen done in our time. We are so far lost into Roman time that many have lost sight of how the Most High didn't have days of the week called Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We didn't have months called January, February, March, April, May. So we've seen this or some of these things play out from what we have seen in our time. And they shall be given into his hand until a time, times, and a dividing of times. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his rulership to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his rulership and his dominion shall serve, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. So the Most High is going to establish through his son Yahushua and through his people a kingdom, an everlasting kingdom, and all others that are allowed to remain will serve and obey him as well. And this is something that obviously we are looking forward to each and every day, that the Most High allows us to retake that rulership of the kingdom, and also to see his son, Yahweh Shai. All right, family, we got another one here in Matthew 24, something that we go through from time to time, one of the popular ones that we've heard about over and over in Christianity. And the Most High is the people are asking Yahweh's son, what are the signs of the end of the world and of his coming. So he talks about verse 5 that many shall come in his name, saying, I am Christ, and deceive many. And they shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see that we be not troubled, because all of these things must come to pass. And we'll see nations rising against each other and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilences, and earthquakes in different places. But all of these are just the beginning of sorrows. And even with people coming falsely in his name, that can be in his representation. So even our brothers and sisters that uh, are in the churches, but then say that it's okay to break the Most High's commandments by eating pork or shellfish or celebrating Christmas and pagan holidays, you know, they're falsely representing the true Messiah. So we've seen that all over, and obviously we know that we have false messiahs or false teachers and preachers and pastors that's amongst the other nations as well as our own nation as well. So in verse 15, he says, when you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whosoever readeth, let him understand. Then them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down and take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that gave suck in those days. But you pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. So with that part and this whole thing, we know, like I said before, the Most High has done a thing over and over, or like a continuous thing that's happened over a period of time. You can see that Daniel recites these quotes when he was in captivity. You can see Baruch recite some of these quotes when he was in captivity. And it's been a continual time period of Jacob's trouble, and we're in our time period of that same thing. But the good news is he said that except those days shall be shortened, there shall be no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So that's what we came here for, just for the elect's sake, that the Most High will shorten the days, and the Most High, along with this and his other promises, that he is going to save his people. So we're just thankful that the Most High is going to do that. And dropping down to 31, it says, he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of the heaven to the other. So the Most High is going to have the angels gather all of his elect from the four corners of the earth. And we don't know how or when this is going to happen, but or like specifically, other than the fact that we know it says after the tribulation of those days, that's when the Most High was going to do this thing. Did anyone have any comments towards that?
Con, I did. I definitely did. I wanted to actually go back and revisit that Daniel 7, but this Matthew ties into it too, because it's talking about the elect. But Matthew 7 is the prophecy where it says that this fourth beast is going to wear out the saints. And, the word saint is misleading because it's a pagan word, saint. But we get more context of who these saints are when we go to, if a Nariah, if he has the freedom to do so, if he can pull the Jeremiah 30, I think it is, Jeremiah 30 and 7, or maybe 6 and 7, because this fourth beast is going to wear out the saints. And this fourth beast, we all know now, I think everyone on this call is Bereans. We know this fourth beast is Rome. And so Rome is going to continue to wear out the saints until Messiah comes to destroy his kingdom. So Jeremiah 36 through 7 give us some context of who these people are who's being wore out. Narai, did you get that yet?
Con, is it the one where it says, "Ask ye now and see whether a man doth travail with child"? Is that the
Con,
one?
con.
Okay. This is the book of Jeremiah, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. 6 and 7.
So you can't be the saints who are being saved out of the trouble if the fourth beast is causing the trouble and you're walking with the fourth beast. Your set apart day of worship is given to you by the beast, SUN day. Your most sacred holy day is December 25th. So those of us who have left mainstream, who pretty much left the world, who left the Babylonian system, we are the ones who are going to be continuously wore out until Messiah comes. Because if you keep reading Jeremiah 30, says Messiah is going to break the yoke off our necks. No marching, no voting, no Black Lives Matter, no black banks. You can't rebuild Black Wall Street. Nothing you do. How you going to beat the oppressor just using their tactics, but make it black? So we know we are the saints, and we know we're going to continuously go through oppression until Messiah comes and finally break the yoke off our necks. So all praise to the great I am for that.
Khan, Thawada, Nariah.
Glockia, do y'all mind if I just read to verse 11? Because I literally said this earlier and I didn't even think the precept was I knew the precept was around Jeremiah, but this I literally spoke up the precept that I was referring to earlier in regards to the Most High making an end of all the another nations that afflicted us, but not making an end of us.
Yeah,
Um, verse verse 8, Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahweh Tazabah, that I will break his yoke from off your neck and will burst your bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve Yahweh their Elohim and the Wad their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore, fear thou not, O my servant Jacob, saith Yahweh, neither be dismayed, O Yasher Allah, for lo, I will save you from afar, and your seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return and shall be in rest and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. For I am with you, saith Yahweh, to save you, though I make a full end of all nations, whither I have scattered you, yet will I not make a full end of you, but I will correct you in measure and will not leave you altogether unpunished. Oh, praise.
all praises. The Most High chastises who he loved, but he won't destroy his people as a whole, and he will save and redeem his people. So just thankful that he loves us. He's showing us the correct ways. He's having it be recalled into our minds and into our hearts. And the next thing is just to continue to endure until he saves us out of this thing. So all praises to the Most High for that. Wrapping it up for today, family, and letting everyone get in their final comments. It's just Revelation 21. I kind of tried to go from the beginning of the book towards the end of the book and obviously skip through a lot of things, but just hitting on some things here and there. Um, Always can come back and revisit different promises and things that the Most High has said. But the last one for today from me is Revelation chapter 21. And the Most High talks about a new heaven and a new earth. Revelation 21 and 1. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared like a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of the heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he shall dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Because for those who have followed us for a little while, we show that there's two kingdoms. There's the 1,000-year reign of Christ, his son, Yahweh Shai. Then there is the Father's kingdom, the new heavens and the new earth, as the Father dwells with the people. So that's what we're talking about here. Verse 5. And he that sat upon the throne, behold, I make all things anew. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. These words are true and faithful. And he said unto me, It is done. I am the Ah and the Ta, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, first and the last. I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of the water of life freely. He that overcometh, I will give unto him that is athirst of the fountain of water, of the water of life freely. I believe that is metaphorical for eternal life, but I have to research that. That just came into my mind. He that shall overcome shall inherit all things, and I will be his power, and he shall be my son. But the fearful, this is what we should tell our families. If you have someone you want to tell about the Most High's truth and keep his law, statutes, and commandments, you could just take them right here to the end of this book and tell them that we can't stay in sin, that we have to follow the Most High's ways. Because he says the fearful, the unbelieving, the abominable. Abominable can be abominable acts, like homosexuality, bestiality, but also can be taking something that's deemed abominable, like abominable foods like pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, rats, etc., and putting those abominable things inside of your vessel. Now you're abominable. So that murderers, whoremongers, sorcerers, idolaters, and all liars. And their judgment is that they shall have part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. And verse 9, and there came unto me one of the seven angels which had the seven vials full of the seven last plagues, which talked with me, saying, Come hither, I will show you the bride, the Lamb's wife. And he carried me away in the spirit to a great and high mountain, and showed me a great city, the holy Jerusalem, descending out of heaven from Yahweh, having the glory of Yahweh, and her light, the city's light, was like unto a stone most precious, even like a jasper stone, clear as crystal. And the wall, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and the gates had 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Yasharallah. So if anyone asks who's the Lamb's wife or what is the Lamb's wife, they just told you word for word. The Lamb's wife is the city of Jerusalem, which is why Jerusalem is most oftentimes used in a female connotation, even though the language itself doesn't have necessarily the male and female differences. It would know based on the context of what you're talking about. But it tells you here, I will show thee the bride, the Lamb's wife. He carries me away in the spirit and showed me that great city, the holy Jerusalem, coming out of the Shemayim from Yahweh. So hopefully that made sense, family. And this city has 12 and had a wall that was great and high, 12 gates um, with the names of the tribes of Israel on there, giving us the emphasis that the whole book from front to back is about the Israelites. It's about Yasha Allah. It's about one group of people, and he has made it consistent and known from the beginning to the end. And the Most High is really showing us from Genesis to Revelation true commitment. What a promise is, what a covenant is, how serious it is, and how he upholds and abides them, so much so that though you will be in one part of the covenant, one part of his word, which at this case would be captivity, he still loves us so much that I'm going to just go ahead and tell you, I'm going to spoil the surprise and let you know the goodness that's to come on the end of it. So all praises to the Most High for the reading of his word. Thank you all for your time and attention. Thank you guys for the commentary to really add meat on the bones of this. We could have flew through these 7 promises or slides very quick without you guys' input. So I am thankful for that. And I hope that someone was edified at least to hear some of these words of Yahweh. With that being said, anyone have any questions, comments, commentary they would like to share, feel free to unmute.
Yeah, I definitely edified, and man, this is what I eat off of going through these trials and tribulations. Revelation 19:10 tells us that Hamashiach is the spirit of prophecy, and we can't read any prophecies about restoration of the world. There's no prophecies about restoration of mankind. There's prophecies galore about the restoration of Yasharallah, a holy people. So I think this is should be our meat and potatoes from here on out. I mean, I'm not saying that you have to. I'm just because the letters of the apostles, they're really for people who didn't know about Messiah or who didn't believe in him. That's what most of those letters are about, trying to get the Israelites to see that, hey, the ones the prophets talked about has come, and that one they strung up was him. So for us, for most of hopefully us, we believe in Messiah. We know who he is, and we know what his role is. So prophecy is our meat and potatoes. So this is what gets me through the trials and tribulations. Just like you said, just hearing what we have coming to us will pick you up as you're going through different trials and tribulations. So I'm definitely grateful for the work. And again, I can't thank you enough for all your labors. I pray the Most High rewards you tremendously. With that, I yield out.
The water. Ahabka. Love to you, love to you, Naraya.
Khan. Um, I thoroughly have been enjoying what the Most High has been putting on you, and today is not any different. I wanted to just back up a little bit in regards to Matthew 24 and just elaborate more on what you were talking about in regards to when you were reading when Hamashiach said, "Many will come in my name saying that I am the Christ." We talked about name or representation a little bit before that, and we know this language, this horrible English language, doesn't really convey what it's saying, but that word Christ is another word for anointed. So, when you parallel, the people that comes supposedly in the Messiah's representation saying they are anointed, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is the Christian church, but also could be some um those who are aware of the commandments, they just might be wolves in sheep's clothing as well in regards to just halfway bruised, if you will. I'm going back to the song that the Mashapak made a few weeks ago. And so just those are the things that we just got to stay vigilant. And this is one of the benefits of having, even though our congregation is small, just having people to, holding hands, being accountable for one another and being accountable for ourselves. I believe that's how we can just do a better job of keeping folly out of the camp, if you will. So um, I just say all those things just to say I'm thankful for what the Most High is doing for us and just how He's being so courteous and mindful of us in our little Goshen, if you will. But with that, I yield. All praise to the Most High.
All praises out for your kind words, and all praises the Most High continue to reveal things to you as well, and for your commentary. Did anyone else have anything they would like to